Okay, this is going to be a short live, right? You know, this right here. It's going to be a very short live, and I'm really tired of this wall talk and people who talk about the wall talk have no business saying anything at all about the wall. So let's look at what's been written down, right? Let's written, So your boy Obsidian said, for example, black women in their college years are not sociable, are not approachable, and wait till their middle age years to settle down, which is dumb. Obsidian, please shut up. Because the thing is, you are not sociable, you not approachable, and now you are past your prime, Obsidian. You are past your prime. And now you're trying to get with a single mother, a woman that you originally seen as beneath your beneath you. So make that make sense, Obsidian. And then here is you talking about the second thing you said, Obsidian. You said the wall refers to the female's reproductive capability and potential. Women have a short window in this regard than men do. Well, okay, that's a misnomer, right? That's a misnomer because if we're gonna talk about the wall, right, about reproduction. Well, do you understand that happens to men too? I mean, certain men by the time they turn 40, that their sperm count drops, that their the likelihood of being erect, having an erect penis for sexual intercourse is also at a there's risk for what's it called, erectile dysfunction after a certain age, like 40. So who is you to talk? See, a lot of people like you get online and don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's on wax right there. You know what I'm saying? That's on wax. I'm getting really tired of people. What's going on, Pierre? These men don't realize that they tearing down the bridge between men and women. So as women are creating their own paradox about men, and these men are creating, yeah, they're creating their own future hell. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. You know, um, it shows how stupid and dumb some of these arguments are. Um, they are, they can't even grasp the concept. Okay, they can't even grasp the concept. I mean, and then I'm gonna go back to the first thing Obsidian said. Right, the first thing he said: women in college are not sociable. Obsidian, have you went to college? See, these are questions that need to be asked. Obsidian, had you attend college? The answer is no, because based on your story and based on your story, you said you went to the union work fresh out of high school. Am I right or am I wrong on that? So how can you talk about college when you never went into college, when you went into the workforce fresh out of high school? You never went to any any school, and so forth. So make that make sense right there. And of course, women are not going to be sociable in college. You know why women in general is not going to be sociable in college? Because they're trying to get their degree. Hell, even back then, there was a time, even for me as a man, I wouldn't talk to people when I was in college. I just sit there and look. I was like, whatever. I mean, my head is in the books. My head was in the books, and my head was doing other things. It doesn't make any sense. See again. You need to understand. See, you watch too many of these movies, right? You watch you watch movies like Animal House and these old college movies where it shows people going to college and have these wild college parties. That doesn't happen like that, Obsidian. It doesn't happen like that. It happens once in a blue moon. Yes, yes, once a month. There's a party going on. You know, people drink beer and then they either and they go about their business the next day. You know, because usually that happens weekends. But it doesn't happen the way you think it went on Obsidian. And of course, and yes, yes, there are black women in colleges. Yes, they do party. Yes, they do this, but they're not going to be doing it willy nilly every damn night. They're not approachable. Negro, if you're not on the college campus, if you're not a college student at that college, Obsidian, they're not going to approach you. If you are a man, a college student, a male college student, they're going to approach you because you're there. They're not going to approach some dude outside the college, outside outside the university grounds. You know why? It's because of safety. It's because of safety, Obsidian. You need to put you need to compute that in your head. You can't even compute. And here is you talking about wait until they're middle age. Well, they got to make money. We live in a capitalistic society. They got to make money in order to maintain a certain lifestyle. While you got your back hurt, you got injured on the job, and now you using only for your own, you using your pension to buy your medicine and living in that subpar condition where you live in Obsidian. Maybe if you, Obsidian, had been more approachable yourself, maybe if you was more sociable yourself, you might have found a woman during your 30s, and when you got hurt in a job, you wouldn't be talking the way you are talking now. You would have been taken care of when you was hurt on a job, Obsidian. But this is y'all's leader of the black manosphere. This is y'all's leader, one of y'all leaders of black manosphere who can't sit there and compute things correctly. Hold on, let me see what's going on. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Listen, listen. I can't pull a college age girl. So what makes them think they listen? Try these guys are in their 50s. Now I'm in my early 40s, right? I'm in my early 40s. Just turned into the 4-0, right? I just got into my 40s. Even when I was in my 30s, I know a college age woman is not going to chase after a 30 something year old man, right? Because what they want, usually they want men around their age for the most part. So you got these guys in their 60s, 50s trying to compete for access to these 20-year olds. I'm sorry, that's not going to work. Sorry, that's not going to work. It shows how asinine the argument is. The wall hits your ass too. Some of us got some. It's amazing though. I'm in my listen again. I'm looking at some of y'all like O'Shea. O'Shea got a bald ass head. Angry Man got a bald ass head. A whole lot of y'all had hair loss when y'all was in y'all 30s. Who who is going to give with y'all? You hit the wall too. And we gonna sit there and put things in that perspective. It's so asinine, y'all. That's all I got to say on this topic. It's so. I just saw him seeing this an hour ago, so he typed this nonsense. So I had to sit there and put this on blast because Obsidian don't know what the hell he's talking about. He needs to read a book, a sociology book, a biology book, because men hit the wall too. Okay, men hit the wall too. And I'm gonna say this too: women are not. You're not entitled to women's reproduction. You're not entitled to it. So stop bitching about it. That's all. I might go live later on tonight. So yeah, yeah, because I gotta go live later. 'Cause I gotta address this sexy red issue. Right, I gotta address that bullshit happening on Sexy Red's channel. I gotta go up on that because DJ Torch, he just man, just sitting there just lying his ass off. No, no, yeah, she said, when I was in my 20s, a man in his 30s was gross to me. I don't know why they think young. Exactly. Exactly. And me in my age, I don't want nobody in their 20s. I don't want nobody in their 20s. You know? I don't want nobody in their 20s. You know. You you would have to be for the bottom for me is like 30 years old at least. Um, that's about that's as far as I'm going to go. It's about at least 30 years old, 10 years younger than me. That's all I'm going to go. That's far as I'm going to go. That as far as I'm going to go. Now, is that set in stone? Not really, but that's really, the ballpark is 30, 31, 32. I'm not going to go below 30, per se. Because it's not, because why, I would like to have somebody at least know what I'm talking about if I'm having a discussion. But these guys won't. It's somebody to impress. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what the reason why though they want younger women. Tell you why they really want younger women. They want younger women for two reasons, and it's not because they love them. It's not because they desire them. They desire younger women for this reason: to impress other men. Okay, let me say this again. People like Obsidian and people like them who goes around talking about, yeah, I'm 50 years old. I think I should have a 18-year-old wife and all that. No, no, y'all want to do that to impress other men. Okay, y'all don't love these women. Y'all trying to impress other men. And the second thing, which y'all want, right? Y'all try to keep up for lost time. Y'all trying to use the younger woman to fill the void that you failed to do when you was younger. Now, I understand that. I mean, there's some things I would like to do in my 20s that I wish I had done when I was in my 20s, right? I wish I had um certain job or a certain type of relationship, certain type of you know, um the social life that was fitting that I would find desirable in my 20s, right? And using a younger woman will give you quote unquote access to that, right? But for me, it took me a long time to realize, well, you know what? No, that I'm gonna say that's kind of wrong. It made me to accept, right? I already realized it, but took me to accept that that's Hollywood. Some of that is Hollywood. You know, man goes to college, he gets, he has a whole lot of sex. He's betting down this girl, this girl, this girl, this girl, and then you know, without any consequences. Then though he find the one, get married, that had children, and boom, happily ever after. A lot of us watch too many of these movies, too many of these TV shows, and then though we try to live vicariously through what we see, missing out on what's really important. You know, that's what Obsidian's problem is. That's what these idiots online's problem is. Y'all watch too much TV, and then though y'all dating women, y'all date certain women to impress other men or to impress y'all's mommy and daddy, rather than saying, "Oh, I love her," and move on. Oh, I'm with this woman because I like her personality. I'm in love with this woman. No, 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 no. See, some of y'all are not in love with these women. These women are an appendage, not somebody of their own agency, and and that's what it is. You know, you know. Right. See, the midlife crisis issue. Right. I'm glad you said that, Tanya. The midlife crisis issue. You see, for somebody like Obsidian has something that, see, Obsidian has both crises in his life, right? Obsidian had the quarter life crisis. Now, I want y'all to look up the term quarter life crisis. I actually did a video on the quarter life crisis when I was in my early 30s, right? I was in my early 30s in my early YouTube career. I said I made a video about the quarter life crisis. I think that video is still up. I think that video I had is still up. I made it about 10 years ago. No, not 10 years ago. It was more like 8, 9 years ago when I made that video. Yeah, yeah. It was 9 years ago, yeah. When I made that video about the quarter life crisis. And the quarter life crisis is when men or women too, when people are in their, I'll say between the age of 18 and 30, and they never accomplish, um, they never really finish or accomplish their immediate goal. That's why Obsidian always talk about his prom date. He never, he always he's angry at his mother and his sister trying to hook him up with these girls that's not of his choosing. So he never went to prom because he never got the bad. He never got the baddest chick of his. in Philadelphia for a prom date. So he's still feeling, he's still reeling, reeling off of that quarter life crisis that fed into his quarter life crisis. Then now it feeds into his midlife crisis because because he knows that he doesn't have a legacy in it as well, and because of that, he missed out just like a lot of men. And I'll be man enough to say this right now. I missed out on some shit. I missed out. But the thing is, though, he's still trying to cling on to what he missed out on, rather than sitting there and saying, "Oh, well, I missed out on that. Let me try to maintain what I got. Let me try to um um let me try to make things. Let me try to get the silver lining and and do things from that world view. I mean, let me take what I got now. Let me just count my blessings and just make the best out of it. But no, what he want, yeah, he got the Al Bundy syndrome. It's the Al Bundy syndrome. Like how Al Bundy always want to talk about how good his high school career, 4 touchdowns in a single game. I made 4 touchdowns myself when I was in high school. You know, that's 4 touchdowns. I made four touchdowns in high school. So what's the point? But that's all. He peaked during his younger years, and he got nothing else to fall back on. And this is what Osini is. He did not his his end. What ends begins when it was his youth. There was no progression. There was no trying to um do this right. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all be easy, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, and fuck Warren too while we have at it. Fuck Warren and Danini. Anyway, I'm out.